Breaking news. Get ready, California, to go to the polls and cast your ballots this November. Yes, November 2025, for a special election statewide being called by Governor Gavin Newsom and California Democrat politicians. Coming up, we'll tell you why the election's being called, what scheme Newsom and company are trying to advance, and what we're doing to lead the fight to stop them. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state representative. And you've been hearing me talk about this scheme being proposed by Governor Gavin Newsom and California Democrats to basically end the fair, nonpartisan process we have in California for drawing the district lines of each legislative district for both the state assembly, state senate, and of course, the congressional districts in California. You see, more than 15 years ago, California voters said, enough. We don't want gerrymandering. We don't want politicians picking the voters. We want voters to pick the politicians. And they enacted something called the California Independent Citizens Redistricting Commission. This commission is randomly selected of citizens who take public testimony, and they draw the lines of these districts based upon very clear criteria that they're not allowed to consider party, political party, or any partisan advantage, or the benefit or the detriment of any individual politician. They have to draw the lines in a nonpartisan, impartial way. Now, it's not a perfect process, but it is infinitely better than letting politicians draw the lines for themselves, because politicians can manipulate lines and rig the process. So we want to stick with the Citizens Commission, but Gavin Newsom wants to get rid of it because, well, politicians have never liked the independent process. In order to do the redistricting process that Newsom wants, and he wants to do it in the next 3 or 4 months, he needs to call a special election, because the redistricting process is something the voters put into the state constitution. So in order to get around that, he needs to do a special election and trick voters into approving the elimination of the independent process and giving the politicians back this power that they abused so many times over the decades. The special election would be this November, because Newsom and company want to get their constitutional fix. They want to gut the Citizens Commission and the Constitution in time for the 2026 elections. And so they have to do it this November to draw the map by December or January to get it in place by February 1st, which is when the filing process opens for candidates to run for office. You can't run for office if you don't know what district you're in. So they got to get it done quick. That's why the special election will be done this November. But the California state government faces a massive $20 billion plus multi-year budget deficit. This is a crisis, folks. And Gavin Newsom and the Democrats in Sacramento have already enacted very painful cuts, hurting the neediest Californians in our communities, the elderly, children, sick people, disabled people. All these programs have been cut. And more cuts are coming because the budget's still not balanced. And so today, my office released a budget cost estimate for what would it cost to hold a statewide special election this November. The cost, are you ready for this? $250 million of state taxpayer money, just so Gavin Newsom and California Democrat politicians can try to hoodwink, pull one over on the voters, and get the ability to corruptly manipulate lines of legislative districts through redistricting. We don't have the $250 million. We're already cutting important services for communities. They're also talking about raising your taxes. We have no money. We have to raise the taxes. Let's get rid of Prop 13. Oh, but we have $250 million to call a special election. So at Reform California, we are organizing to oppose this idea. I don't think the Democrats in Sacramento are going to back down, although we're going to put a lot of pressure on them to back down. But more importantly, when they call the special election, we're going to lead the fight to defeat their scam, the redistricting scam. And we don't have a lot of time to get ready. I mean, they're doing a short election. We weren't expecting this. And so I need your help. Do a couple things right now. This is so important. Number one, like this video and share it with everyone you know so that they know what's going on. Number two, I need you to go to the website reformcalifornia.org, reformcalifornia.org, and sign up to be part of our growing movement. There's a story up there already about Newsom's redistricting plan and why it's corrupt and unfair. Most voters don't know that we have a citizens independent commission that does it on a nonpartisan basis. We've got to educate them. But please sign up at the bottom of the website, first name, last name, email, phone, and zip code. That way you can be tethered into our growing movement statewide to take back California from the left. And you'll get the information on how in your area we're organizing to defeat the scam proposal in the special election. Also, please chip in a contribution while you're at the website. We can only fight in California with contributions from grassroots supporters like yourself. $5 is all it takes to put fuel in the tank of this movement. So please chip in whenever you can. So special election coming up. We are also hearing that because the state faces a budget deficit, some Democrats are saying, hey, since we're already going to have a special election and we're going to be criticized for spending $250 million, why don't we pay for it and also cover up our budget scam, our budget deficit, by raising taxes? Oh, that's right. They are thinking about putting not only the redistricting scam on the ballot for this November, but trying to sneak through a repeal of Prop 13 or some other massive tax increase on California residents. These people are untethered from reality. So very serious discussions are now underway by the Democrats to combine the redistricting scheme with a tax increase. And so we've got to get ready to fight the tax increase as well. We don't know if they're going to put both proposals on or just the redistricting scheme. It looks like they pretty much decided to put the redistricting scheme on. Because remember, Gavin Newsom's running for president. And even if this fails, and we're going to work hard and we're going to make sure it fails, even if it fails, Gavin Newsom wants the attention because he's running for president. He gets the free media. He's fighting Donald Trump. He's Mr. Big Man on campus. Seriously, the guy's just the worst. So that's why I think he's going to try to do it. I think what we're going to see is this is going to be a very narrow issue. There's going to be a lot of Democrats that don't want to get rid of Democrat voters that don't want to get rid of the independent, nonpartisan Citizen Redistricting Commission. Of course, Republicans don't want to get rid of it because they know what Newsom is up to. He wants to rig the whole process so the Democrats pick up seats and Trump loses the House majority and all that stuff. I don't want to make it about which party benefits because I don't think Texas should be redistricting. I think every state should have an independent commission made up of citizens. I don't want politicians to pick the voters. I want the voters to pick the politicians. I think we can win this fight, but it's going to take all of us working together. So spread the news. There is an election this November. It's going to cost $250 million in the middle of a budget crisis. Make sure all your Democrat friends know that Newsom and Democrats are wasting money we don't have while making significant, severe cuts to programs to the most neediest of Californians. And remind people that we don't want politicians to draw the lines. We want it to be citizens, independently done with nonpartisan objectives. We need fairness in this process. Enough of the partisanship. Join the fight, spread the word, chip in a contribution at reformcalifornia.org. Until next time, Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state. Reform California with Carl DeMaio is paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly.